So in my mind, this made all the sense in the world. I mean, I've already done seafood sandwiches before. The po' boys. I got a alligator po' boy, shrimp po' boy. Why not a sandwich with fried king crab legs? A disclaimer, I really don't, I don't know if this is gonna come out right, but we'll do it. I'm here for it. Come on, family. Let's cook. All right, family, so welcome back. So here we have our plate of king crab legs. We have an assortment of different ones. No claws that I can see, but we don't really need them. So now these are cut open, conveniently cut open for you. And I'm pretty sure wherever you're at, you can find some just like this. Now, we're gonna season these up, but not with anything salty. Why is that? Because these are already fully cooked, and what they do is they use a lot of salt water to cook these off with. So a lot of times these are already very salty. So what you should do when you get your king crab legs is just take some off of the cluster and taste it. Really salty, already full of flavor as it pertains to seasoning and saltiness. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add a little bit flavor. I'm gonna add some, some different flavors to it. So I have some garlic powder, some granulated garlic powder. I have some smoked paprika, and then I have some onion powder, granulated onion powder as well. Now, folks, you can put whatever you want on this as far as flavor goes, but just stay away from the salt. You don't need anything salty at all in this. Now, there's tons of other ingredients that's gonna go along with this, but we're gonna do them according to what we're doing at the time. So right now, what we're gonna do is, and we have some shears here if you need them. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna just go ahead, take all of these out of the shell. I'll probably do one for you here so that you know, and you just wanna be careful not to mess up your meat, because you want a whole piece of it when you take it out. So see, that one came off. It was already halving. We got a big, nice chunk here, and there's some stuff on it from it being boiled and all that. You can take that stuff off. So we got a really, really nice piece here, and we'll just set this down here to get it ready to be seasoned up. So I'm gonna go ahead and get all of these. Now, whatever you wanna do with the clusters, that's up to you, but there's tons and tons of meat in this cluster. As you can see right here, just tons, all that is meat. All that is meat. So you wanna get those out as well. You got something like this one here, a lot of meat in this cluster. So take those out. Hey man, do what you wanna do with them. All right, so as you can see, we have some really nice pieces of this king crab ready to go. Here's the meat, as I said. This is all the meat that was in the cluster. Now, I did get a really skinny piece, and I broke that up and put that off in there as well, but that's a lot of meat, as you can see. So now I have this on some paper towel. Why is that? Glad you asked. Well, this is really wet. Of course, it's been frozen, and it thaws out. That meat just kind of stays in there. So you gotta kind of squeeze it out, kind of get it a little dry. You don't really want this going in wet like that. I just don't think that would equal up to a good product if it's really wet, all right? So these are really dry. Just firmly press down on them. You don't have to kill it. Just firmly press down on it, okay? And if you have to, you can always get another paper towel which is probably what I will do. So I'll go ahead and put another piece down. Put them on there. Put this up there once again. One more piece of paper towel, and then this should do it. This should do it. This should make sure everything is nice and dry. And there's one more thing I want to show you before we move on to the seasoning. So these have some skeletons in them. Now, I removed some because some was stuck to. Always remove this little piece, these little things here. This comes from when they boiled it. This stuff just kind of comes up on it. But some of it has been used, or some of it has been removed because it was attached to the shell, and I just got it out of there as I was taking it out of the shell, but some haven't. All right, so look, there's this little skeleton right here, and you have to pull that out. Now hold on to it so it doesn't break on you, and pull that out of there, okay? That's what you want. You want to get that out of there. And now, some of them have on both sides. So there's another one in here that I'm going to have to pull out right there. All right. You don't want to chomp down on your king crab, and it has that skeleton in there. All right. So I just wanted to show you that. I'll take the rest of them out that didn't come out during me taking them out of the shell, and then we'll be back. All right, now that all of that is done and out of the way, let's go ahead and get some of this seasoning on here. Well, you know what? Let's start off with the paprika, because I really want to taste this smoked paprika on here. So we'll put that on the bottom. All right, let's get some of that garlic on there. All right, some onion. All right, I'm gonna turn this over. Do the same exact thing on the other side, and then we'll be back. All right, now, folks, so we're going to go ahead and get this sauce ready. So here are the ingredients for that. So we're going to do the may ploy, sweet chili sauce, then a little bit of the hoisin, some mayo. Use real mayonnaise, folks. Don't use that Miracle Whip crap. And then some dry parsley flakes and some lemon. Right? So I'm doing a whole stick of unsalted butter. Again, the king crab legs can be very salty. You want to watch your salt on this. Be very careful with that. So I have some unsalted butter, a whole stick. Why a whole stick? Well, I want this to have a buttery flavor to it. I want this sauce to really have a buttery flavor to it, as well as a garlic flavor. So, and here's the garlic. I had that in the back. So here's the garlic, and I don't really know how much it is, but we're going to saute off some just to release some of the flavor in it. I don't want to put, I really don't want a raw garlic taste in this sauce. I think it'll kind of throw it off. So I'll go ahead, put this in here. All right, and as always, the rule with garlic is you really want to put it in there on a low temperature, and you want to cook it continuously, stirring it until you start smelling the garlic. Once you're smelling the garlic, you're done. Get it off the fire. Don't just turn it off. Remove it from the heat, because garlic burns very easily. Okay? So once you get that off of there, I'm going to let it cool down just a little bit before we start making the sauce. All right, so we'll be back with that. All right, folks, so I'm going to pour some of this here in this bowl. All right. Then let's go ahead and get some of this sweet chili off in there. And shake this up, because this settles kind of weird. Go ahead and get this half of lemon off in there as well. And then just a tad bit of hoisin. You don't want a lot of hoisin because it will overtake the dish. So maybe about a teaspoon or half a teaspoon of the hoisin. And if you need more, you can add it. If you want to taste a little bit more of it, you can add it. A little bit more of this in there. Just a little bit. So let's just say a teaspoon of hoisin. Now let's go in with some mayo. Add a little bit more of mayo. I'm gonna add some more lemon juice in here. I don't really taste the other one. So I'm adding this because I don't really taste it. And I wanna get a hint of that lemon in there. All right. That's perfect. Man, that's perfect. Oh man, that's perfect. This is gonna be good. All right, so we forgot to add the parsley to the sauce here. So we'll go ahead and add that, stir that on in there. All right, so that's ready to go. All right, so let's get these king crab legs fried up. All right, so let's go ahead and get everything assembled and ready to go. Let me introduce you to some of these ingredients. First off, we have some panko here. Not gonna put a lot, just a little something to get me just a little bit of a different texture and crunch to it. We also have some cornstarch, and then we have some liquid eggs, and of course my favorite, evaporated milk. Now, I have all-purpose flour in both of these pans here. So the first one, I'm just going to lock this flavor in of the king crab legs by putting it in the flour. Lock that flavor in, it's not going to go anywhere. Then we're going to go ahead and do the egg wash. And you can do it with regular eggs. I just had this in the refrigerator. I'm not going to use it anytime soon, so I'll just pour that in there. Now, I usually like to do water with an egg wash. Well, when I do, okay, let me back up. When I do liquid eggs, I don't put water in it. They're not like a real egg where you have to kind of thin it out. These are really good like this. So if I ever use liquid eggs, I don't put water in it. I just use the egg. But since I'm doing this, I like to fry. Like when I do lobster, like if I fry a lobster tail, I like to add, or crabs, when I fry any type of crabs, I like to add the carnation milk to it. And that just does something, man. It really does. It really does something. So, why am I doing this with a fork? Hold on, folks. So we'll go ahead and just mix this up real good. All right, so I have the oil over here getting hot. You know how I am, man. I don't like it to get too hot. I don't want to fry at 375 or 350. I'd rather fry it around 300. That makes sure you get a nice golden brown color. And if you're interested in how to really get down on frying, like I did a video of fried chicken, I'll put the button up top. Man, very informational. You'll love it. So go check that out as well. All right, so now here I'm going to add some cornstarch. All right, now cornstarch is going to give it a nice airy coating to it. All right, so this oil is starting to smoke, so I'm going to turn it off a little bit. while we finish doing this. Then let's go ahead and add these. Let's go ahead and add these panko. And then, you know what? I'm gonna put some Tony Chachere's no salt Cajun mix. Now, it's not gonna overpower it. You're just kind of putting it in there to kind of, you know, get you something more than just that flour taste in there. You know, that's basically what we're doing. Let's add a little bit of black pepper to that as well. Again, not too much. You're just trying to mask that flavor. You want to have something in there. Now I'm going to put a little bit of basil in here. All right. So, you know, we got a little flavor in here. We don't want to, you know, overtake what we got on the king crab legs itself. We'll just mix this up. All right, so we'll just go ahead and get all of these ready and start this process. All right, be very delicate with this. You don't want them to tear up. So be a little delicate with it. Don't be so heavy-handed. Let's shake all of this excess. Shake all of that excess off of there. You don't want this too clumpy or too bulky. All right. I know it's supposed to be dry hand, wet hand, but I'm doing it like this. How about that? All right, family, so we are getting close. I think this should be ready right now. All right, so make sure this is covered nicely. Shake off all the excess. Go ahead and put that bad boy in there. So I like to kind of squeeze it on there for something like this, just so we can ensure that everything takes appropriately. So folks, as y'all know, I love this soft fry. I don't need it to be too loud or anything. So this is basically done. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it off. Go ahead and pull it out. Let it cool off. And what we'll do is, once this is drained, we will be back to toast our bread and put this sandwich together. All right, folks, I got some butter oil in here. Put a little bit more. I want this bun to have a nice toasty, buttery flavor to it. We have our brioche bun. We'll go ahead and put that in there. Kind of press it down. You want the whole surface to get toasted, not just the outer sides. So you want to press it down a little bit. Get that butter all around there, that butter oil all around there. All right. So we have the bread all toasted. We're ready to go. Now, I thought about doing lettuce and tomato, but I figured, let's just go ahead and do it like this. Let's just do it plain with the sauce. Let's put the bun on it, you know, have the sauce with it. And then we could just enjoy it like that. Just see how it is naturally without the lettuce and the tomato in the way. So I'm gonna go ahead and pour some of this on here. Yeah, so this is, put a little bit on there. Just a little bit. I'll add more. Man, this even sounds good. Oh, man. Man. God almighty. Why didn't I think of this sooner? Man, this thing is good. Oh, man. Oh, my God, so flavorful. I can taste that smoked paprika because remember it got locked in. Oh, my God. Man, this is so, and this sauce, how the kids say it, bussin', bussin'. This sauce is bussin', bussin'. Wow. Let me tell you something. I can sell this about $20, $25 a piece. And listen, they'll break their neck coming to get it. Huh? Man. Man, y'all. Wow. Wow. Jesus Christ. Oh, boy. Oh, my God. I got to finish this, man. So I got to let y'all get out of here, man. This is good. No one's home. As you can see, the camera's stable. Jay's at school. All the kids are at school. Everybody's gone. I'll be enjoying this to myself. So, folks, if this is your first time watching this channel, I want to thank you for coming. Welcome. Everybody else, thank you as always. So if this is your first time and you got some value out of this content, go ahead and hit that like button for me. That just shows me that you're here to support this channel. And folks, we need the likes up. We need the engagement up. You don't even have to hit the like button. You can hit the dislike button. We got to get Yes Chef into the YouTube algorithm so all of the videos can get out there and go global. So if you're interested in becoming a part of this family, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget, hit the notification bell. That'll ensure that you're up to date on all of the videos that we come out with. And as you can see, we don't play around over here, folks. We don't play around over here. So thank you all. Until the next time we see you, until the very next video. As always, family, peace.